In the high-stakes world of celebrity news, sometimes the most revealing stories aren't told through words, but through images and digital breadcrumbs left behind. On day 16 of the Sean Diddy Combs federal trial, the courtroom became a screening room. The jury, the audience, and the evidence presented wasn't just verbal testimony. It was visual, it was digital, and it potentially held the keys to unlocking the truth behind the serious allegations swirling around the music mogul. Forget the hearsay and the he said, she said for a moment, because this day brought forth the kind of evidence that can be incredibly compelling. Videos. But not just any videos. We're talking about surveillance footage, cell phone recordings, and even, incredibly, what were described as sex videos. Yes, you heard that right. The level of detail being presented in this trial is intense, and on day 17, the focus was firmly on what the cameras captured and what the digital world revealed. Enter Frank Piazza, a forensic audio and video editor who stepped into the witness box. Now, this isn't just someone who watches videos for a living. Piazza is an expert, someone paid a hefty $295 an hour to meticulously analyze and present visual evidence to the court. Interestingly, he testified that he usually works more often with defense attorneys than prosecutors. So what did his expertise uncover in the digital files related to this case? Piazza made it clear that he wasn't there to provide opinions on the case itself. His job was to examine the raw footage and digital files. And what he reviewed paints a potentially complex picture. He looked at cell phone videos, that infamous surveillance footage from the Intercontinental Hotel, showing the 2016 altercation with Cassie Ventura, and those sex videos we mentioned earlier. Intriguing. Question number 1, what exactly do these sex videos depict? Who recorded them, and how might they be relevant to the charges of racketeering and sex trafficking? But before the expert even took the stand, the jury was shown something else that could be incredibly telling. Text messages. These weren't casual chats with friends. These were messages between Sean Diddy Combs and one of his security guards, a person referred to as D-Rock, dating back to September 2015. What did these messages reveal? Well, according to what was read aloud in court, Combs was directing D-Rock to keep tabs on two people, a woman he called G, and more significantly, Cassie Ventura. The content of these messages is eye-opening. In one exchange, Combs instructed D-Rock to ask G if they had broken up, telling the security guard to act like Combs was serious and to inquire about what was happening. The messages showed D-Rock reporting back that G said Combs didn't want to talk to her anymore, but that she still wanted to see him. But it's the messages regarding Cassie Ventura that raise even more eyebrows. Combs reportedly asked D-Rock what Ventura was doing and explicitly told him to stay on top of her. Intriguing. Question number 2, what did Combs mean by telling his security guard to stay on top of Cassie Ventura? Was he simply concerned, or did these instructions carry a more controlling or even sinister implication given the later allegations of abuse? Then came Frank Piazza's testimony regarding the Intercontinental Hotel surveillance footage from March 5, 2016. He confirmed something crucial. The footage recovered from the hotel system was not manually altered. However, he did explain that a technical file conversion process had inadvertently sped up the video, which he corrected by slowing it down to real time for the court. He also noted that the timestamps on the surveillance footage weren't always perfectly accurate. The jury then watched a compilation of these video clips, reportedly for at least the 8th time since the trial began. This time, the compilation was put together by Piazza to specifically track the movement of individuals inside the events. With black screens inserted between clips to indicate camera angle changes, Assistant U.S. Attorney Madison Smizer walked the jury through the video, frame by frame, having Piazza describe the actions of Sean Diddy Combs, Cassie Ventura, and the security officer who responded to the scene, Israel Flores. Legal experts have pointed out that the prosecution's case spans many years, and presenting evidence from different time periods could be confusing for the jury. This meticulous breakdown of the surveillance video by the forensic expert seems to be a way to help the jury clearly understand the timeline of events from that specific incident. Intriguing question. 3. Despite the video being played multiple times, what new details or perspectives might this forensic analysis and the compilation have revealed to the jury about the 2016 hotel altercation? Adding another layer of complexity, Piazza also testified that he enhanced 10 sex videos that were recovered from a laptop. Prosecutors stated that Cassie Ventura had turned this laptop over to the government. These videos, originally recorded in 2012 and 2014, were found under a user profile named Frank Black. Piazza also enhanced the audio on another sexually explicit video found on the same laptop. This raises serious questions about the nature of these recordings and their relevance to the charges against Combs. Intriguing question number 4. Why would sex videos from years prior be presented as evidence in a racketeering and sex trafficking trial? What information or insights might these videos provide to the prosecution's case? Finally, the script mentions that Brianna Bongolan is expected to testify under an immunity order. Just like previous witnesses, George Kaplan and Eddie Garcia, this means she has been compelled to testify and will be protected from prosecution based on her testimony. The fact that another witness is being granted immunity suggests that the prosecution believes her testimony is crucial, even if it might involve potentially self-incriminating information. Intriguing. Question number 5. Who is Brianna Bongolan, and what kind of information might she possess that would require the prosecution to grant her immunity in exchange for her testimony? What new dimensions could her account add to the already complex picture of this case? Day 17 of the Diddy trial was a deep dive into the visual and digital evidence, from hotel surveillance to text messages and the highly sensitive sex videos. The testimony of the forensic expert, coupled with the upcoming testimony of another immunized witness, suggests that the prosecution is building its case piece by piece, using every available tool to try and prove their allegations. The questions surrounding these videos and the motivations behind the text messages are sure to keep viewers on the edge of their seats as this trial continues to unfold.